Hi guys, so I just want to reply to this because I'm being sent it constantly. Now, Rachel Hardgreave, who is Brad's mother and the woman that runs the Facebook official group for Jay, has decided to come for me and that she wants to threaten me with taking me to court for slander. Now, I have a couple of problems with this. A, I don't mind her taking me to court if she wants. Nothing I've said has been a false accusation or I've never accused Brad of doing anything particular apart from changing his story, which I think it's clear that has happened. Even the police over in there said that they had changed their search location based off of new information from Brad. So it was new information. It wasn't something he had said consistently. Now, I think it's strange because there are so many people online, like this Pippa, for instance, and other people all over the social media, whether it be on Facebook groups or whether it be on TikTok or Instagram, people who are actually calling Brad a murderer. People who are actually pointing out inconsistencies on Brad's face, like black eyes, cuts, saying that he's attacked Jay in some way. People who have said he is involved in the murder of Jay. I've not said any of those things. I've basically pointed out some really factual things that are happening on holiday. I've pointed out some things that have changed in statements. I've played interviews and kind of paused them and kind of gone through them and said when things have changed, etc. But out of all the people and all the nasty things that have been said about Jay, about his family, I've kept it respectful the whole way through and actually just looked at the facts of the case. So the fact that out of all the people on the internet, you've chose to come for me personally, and you've lied and said that you've privately messaged me when I've checked my Instagram, I've checked my TikTok, and I've checked my Facebook, and you haven't reached out to me at all. In fact, I tried to get hold of you several times this week to ask you certain questions about a timeline so we could put our correct timeline, and you chose to delete those messages. So at least don't tell people that you privately messaged me, Rachel, if you haven't. All I've asked, well, I haven't even asked you for those things. I haven't asked you to update me at all. I've just dealt with the things that are out there in the public domain and the way that people feel about certain things. To me, this feels like I'm getting close to the truth, because why would you just come for me out of all the horrendous things that have been out there? And why are you not putting up a public post, Rachel, if you're going to use your voice to threaten people? Perhaps put one up to Lucy and ask her why the police yesterday have come out and said that Lucy contacted them for the first time about Jay's disappearance in between 6 and 8 p.m, which means everything she's told Jay's family, everything she's told the police up to this point has been absolute bollocks. But you're not addressing that. You're not saying to her, hang on a minute, you said that you were at the police station, you weren't. How about you said you phoned the police? You didn't. How about you said you phoned the British Embassy? You didn't. How about you said Jay said this? He didn't. Why aren't you going for the people that actually may help you to bring Jay home?
So we've got a first exclusive look, first picture of Britain who booked £40 a night Airbnb where missing teen Jay Slater stayed hours before he vanished. As his mother pleads, we just want to find him. So this guy does look like the picture that was floating around of somebody outside the nightclub with an orange wristband on. Is more or less his double. So I've got a couple of videos here, a couple of short videos, and they're by a fella called Christopher Tenerife. Now this man seems to be getting further in the couple of videos that he's done. He seems to be getting further than anybody else. I think it's because he hasn't affiliated himself with the family. He's gone over there and he's kind of doing it independent, and he's not afraid to say that, you know, the whole thing stinks. And it kind of shows you the distances, because we're led to believe that Jay left this B&B, got about a couple of miles up the road, and then was lost and dehydrated and didn't know his way back. But what this Christopher Tenerife does is shows us the distances from where the phone pinged to where the B&B is. And it kind of shows that you can actually see it from a distance. So how he was lost, that's beyond me. Plus there's paths, it shows there's paths where he could have walked down instead of going off-road. Well, off like a beaten path, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to put one of his videos on, and then I'll come back to you after it.
Well, this is just past Mirador. Obviously looking for any clues. So I'm parked here at the side of the road. Up there is the Mirador. As you can see, to try and climb upwards would be even more psychotic than walking back to Masca. If he's come off, well, I've done plenty of climbing in my life and I wouldn't even attempt that. It's just ridiculous. There in front is the Airbnb. So you've got the lava stone building with the white building behind. That's the Airbnb. You can see the bus stop right next to it. And on the bend, literally where that car is, there's another bus stop there, which is a 5-minute walk. If you then walk along that road to that white building, that's a bar. That's a 5-minute walk from the Airbnb. And you can see the other houses around there. So why on earth someone would start to walk in the wrong direction up the mountain when there is some form of civilization there? It's just beyond me. It's ridiculous. Unless he thought it was some kind of joke playing up for his mates on the phone and not realising exactly the kind of terrain that he's in. I just can't get my head around it at all.
So yesterday, the Airbnb where Jay last was before he vanished, that was descended on by CSI police yesterday. A little bit in the Standard says, Jay Slater's mum speaks of agony over missing son as police search Tenerife flat he visited before vanishing. Family of missing British teenagers say he's our beautiful boy with his whole life ahead of him and we just want to find him. Police in Tenerife have searched the holiday flat which Jay Slater visited hours before he vanished, as his family described their pain and agony over the fact that he remains missing. So I hope that they are starting to concentrate on the fact that something's happened here, that he's not just still missing in the mountains, because I think they're wasting a lot of time and a lot of effort being in them mountains when he's not in them mountains. And that's just my personal opinion. What I just said there is my personal opinion. I just don't think he's in the mountains. I think a lot of yous don't think he's there neither, because I notice there's a lot of comments that are saying, you know, stop searching the mountains because he's not there. I think the best bet is start searching water and start following up on the people that have lied, because I think that's been the problem right from the start, that nobody's told the truth. So the investigation's just, you know, it's been set to look in them mountains and only in them mountains. And it's absolutely crazy that they're not looking anywhere else or even interviewing people again, because I would have them in a room with a spotlight on them like they do in the films, just to get the truth out of them. So I'm going to leave you with a video, another one of these Christopher Tenerife's videos, and I'm also going to leave his link. It's a TikTok channel, but I'll leave his link down in the comments. So that's it until next time.
This is where his phone is pinged. Now, it's not pinged where I am on the path. It looks like it's pinged in the bush. I'm telling you now, he hasn't walked down there. You're not, there's nothing even to stand on. It's just brambles. You're going to lose your footing straight away. So, for me, if the phone's pinged in this area here, it's because someone's thrown it there. And again, it just doesn't make sense. If Jay's phone is pinged in these brambles and in these bushes, why would he walk down there when there's a perfectly good path here? Where's Where's the logic in that? I'd like to get up to that tree and have a look, but I don't even know how to get up there. It's like, it's so dense. How do you even navigate your way through this? It's fucking near impossible. Right, seriously, forget this. I've moved into the brambles about fucking 5 metres. There you go, we just slipped. There's nothing to get your foot in. There is no fucking way a lad after a 3-day bender has walked into these fucking brambles. I am sweating to fuck, and I've literally managed, it's taken me about 5 minutes, and I'm about 5 fucking metres away from the path. For fuck's sake. You can forget it. Look, there's the path there. There's no fucking way where his phone is pinged that he has walked through this. Not a fucking chance.